Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the live. So, I caught something in a little video. It was yesterday and it really stuck in my mind. It was Jim Rohn. I like Jim Rohn. He's full of nuggets in it. He's got one here. Um, Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. And there's a lot to that if you think about it. There's a lot to that. So let's break it down. I had another way of saying this. It's like, you know, is it something like dreams without goals are just dreams? It's almost like, you can set a goal or an affirmation, but unless that's followed up with action, it's pointless. You know what I mean? It's like I'm a massive believer in affirmations because they're in the journal. I think it's huge, right? And you know I always talk about identity, which is like a higher level affirmation. I really think you need it. I think you need a clear vision of what you want, and I think it might even be half the battle. If you want to make a change, it might be half the battle to even just visualize it. I think you need to do more than just visualize it, but any achievement has two parts to it, right? It has the focus, the mental side, the focus, which you could say is the affirmation or the identity, underlined action. So you've got two parts. You've got what you're focusing on in your mind and taking action towards it. And when them two meet is when you get results, when you get real change. And that it's very true. Without that, a lot of people might have goals. A lot of people don't. But even if you have an idea, rough idea of the changes you want to make, um, unless you're going to take action, it's just a fucking dream. It doesn't mean anything. As Jim Rohn says, affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. And yeah, why do people do that? Well, a lot of us, I've done it. We have these kind of like ideas. Oh, I won't mind doing this, or I won't mind doing that. We never take no action. And I saw an interesting statistic yesterday. I've been doing some kind of sales training, masterclass type things this week, some business development ones with a company. And yesterday it was about habit formation, which something I talk a lot about, but I like that session, because habit formation is basically how you actually get the change that you want. And what they pointed out to, I think it was some kind of Harvard study, where only 13% of people in the world, this is the world's population, only 13% have a goal, like a defined goal. And only 3% write it down. Isn't that crazy? Only 3% write it down. So here's me, right? Going on about goal achievement, creating journals for it, writing it down, writing in my journal every day. Does that mean like I'm in that 3%? I guess so. And I always know this, like there's a few things. So I speak to my mate Chris, busy becoming myself channel. We always have a chat about like things like YouTube and content creation, because on the internet, most people are not really interested in making improvements. It's such a small, that statistic there, that Harvard study, where only 13% of the world's population have a goal and only 3% actually write it down, says it all. most people are not really interested in doing anything about it. And me and Chris always have this discussion. Like, it's like when you create a video on YouTube. If that video is super valuable and it's got loads of good advice in it and like actionable steps, the viewings are not that great, you know what I mean? But if you produce a video on maybe something a bit more clickbait, a bit of fucking misery, a bit of this, that, and the other, you get loads of views. It's crazy. And it's like you can see this when you look at channels doing like useless distractions, like whether it's sport or whether it, like totally useless distractions in my head. I mean, sport's a bit of fun, so great, and you can get the fitness from it. But things like watching sport or computer games or like, have you seen how many views the Minecraft videos get? It's fucking nuts, right? It's like I saw one, it had 16 million views, and I thought, okay, great, it is fun, but what exactly are you getting out of that that's going to improve your life? Absolutely nothing, apart from a bit of enjoyment. And this is the point, you know, if only 3% of people write down their goals, what does that tell us? Like, it's so few people are prepared to take an action. So, yeah, on that point where any achievement has two parts to it, you've got the focus, what you're focused on. So, you've got the mental side of it, could say the affirmation, and aligned action. So you need both, right? And on the focus side, I don't know, a famous philosopher says something like, I can't remember it offhand because I'm not prepared, but there's a famous philosopher, you might have to Google it, says half of getting something done is writing it down. And I do believe that. That's why I do it every day, you know what I mean? I write my three things that I'm going to work on today, writing them down, and then it's like I can't show you what it is, but I've got my three things, and then next to it I have a little tick, 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 tick. So yesterday I had three things I had to do, ticked them all off. I mean, I write things down at the bottom, other things that happen, but literally, I find just writing things down and then ticking them off is super useful. It really works for me. I mean, you can just write them in a notebook too, it doesn't really matter, but there's something about writing your ideas down on paper really commits it to memory. And you know, I've got the affirmation here too, so I do believe that. Like, but ultimately, you need to take action. So if we think about it, yeah, you know, any goal has two parts: the mental focus and aligned action. And that is the bloody secret. And the fact that when I saw that statistic on that study, it was like Harvard, Yale, I think, did a study. You can Google it and find it. Only 13% of the world's population have goals, and only 3% write them down. I was kind of challenging it because I thought, well, depending on how you look at it, I think 13% of the world's population have goals that want to improve their life, fine. But I think 100% of people, well, providing you're conscious and you've got the ability to think, 100% of people actually have, I don't know if it's a goal, but they have a goal, they have a direction. 100% of people have an identity, let's put it that way. Because you always have an identity. It's like, might not be what you want, but even if you're just settling, you've still got an identity. Because your identity is the sum of what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the sum of your daily habits. But probably what they mean by only 13% of the world's population have goals. This is like maybe an aspirational goal for change. Thank you very much for liking the live. What is it about? So yeah, it's about that quote from Jim Rohn. I'll just read it again. I've got it here. I saw it yesterday, and he said it in a little video. Like, well, I didn't say it yesterday. I mean, in the past. I'll read it out. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. I think that's, it's very true. There's so much you can think about that. So, uh, yeah, but the statistics that only 13% of the world's population have goals, and only 3% write them down. It's like, why are so few people even interested? Even interested in achieving anything is just crazy. I mean, another side to it is, um, I talked about this quite a bit with Roberto about right. If you happen to be consciously trying to work on something or whatever, like with Roberto, it's like my spirituality, right? Becoming more mindful. You are going to be in quite a small group of people, or if you're in that group of people that write down their goals on paper, pen to paper, in that 3%, you're in a small group of people. Because, a few years ago, I used to be totally unconscious, just it's almost like wandering the earth, isn't it? Without just on autopilot, or just going into the city and working and doing a job. And yeah, I was always ambitious. I always wanted to say get a better job, improve my skills. I always had grand visions of. I suppose I did have a goal there because I always had visions of creating a company or something. You know, said this. I've pretty much had the same vision since I was about 12 years old. But I wasn't conscious. I wasn't like really thinking about it like I do today. I was just a busy fool, just trying to go to work and get things. And when I think about how I was in the past, I now look at it and go, well, first you forgive how you was because you did the best that you could at that time. But when you look at other people, and let's say you can see people that you think, oh, they're not very conscious or whatever, it's like you forgive them too, or it's like the Matrix thing, isn't it? It's like not everyone's ready to become unplugged, and that's okay. And it's like in life as well. Though that 3% that write down the goals, and I don't know. So if 13% of the world's population have defined goals, and only 3% write them down, I wonder how many then actually work towards it. Is that just like 1% actually do something about it? And if that's the case, what it tells you is, well, most people are just not, they're either not bothered, not conscious, or they just find that life is too difficult maybe to make changes. And I guess this is why I do what I do and why I create the journal and I sell the journal. Because ultimately, I think if there's a way to help people to tap into the goals, write them down and execute on them, which is what the journal does. That's what I'm trying to do here. Or even through my videos, I'll try and do it. But if people can't find it or just it doesn't click or whatever, they just can't make it work, then that's okay too, because not everyone is cut out to do it. Not everyone is cut out to say, uh, make a bold move to change a job or start a new business, and that's fine. Yeah, not everyone can be doing that, and that's okay too. But hopefully, it's like trying to find people that actually want to make change and actually have goals and want to achieve them. If you can find them and you can help them, I think that's a win. Because it's not possible to capture everyone. So yeah, Nice little live. I'm back on the recorded long form videos as well. Got one coming out today. So look out for that. Thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've got some good videos coming. Done some good videos, and yeah, go and check out the journal. By the way, if you order this week, you can get it for Christmas. It's pretty much the last week that we'll get them out to you for Christmas. Yeah, order on the website though. Not Amazon at the minute. I've got a bit of a supply problem with Amazon. But get them on the website. We'll get them delivered to your track post. And yeah, I'm off to do some work now. Thank you very much. See you all next time. Cheers, everyone.